Hey guys, welcome to episode 7. I'm Nethercloud, and we are currently standing in a very big hole. We've been digging this out over the last few streams, getting it ready for our new iron farm. The one on the surface stopped working. I think some of the updates broke some of the mechanics that we were using, and it doesn't matter because we never intended to leave that up there full time anyway. It is definitely an eyesore. And I'd like the surface to be mostly roleplay type stuff with the business down here in the basement. You know, we're right near bedrock. This is where we've been doing our industrial building, where we have our farms. Just yesterday I did a little work down here with the brick. This is hiding the sheep farm. And yeah, I think it's going to work great right here. And we are on the edge of spawn chunks. Technically, this is the last active chunk going in this direction. We already hit our border going that way with the tree farm. So we've got kind of a corner forming here, meaning the base is going to expand in that direction gradually. Now, this place looks huge, but most of the space is about dealing with the zoning, with where the golems can spawn, where the villagers have to be afraid, etc., etc. So there's going to be a lot of empty space in here. The design we're using is actually a Logical Geek Boy design. You'll notice that I use quite a few of his designs. He's very good at the technical Minecraft and fantastic at not only creating farms that are efficient, but that are easy to put together. And he often gives numerous examples and different styles of build, so you can build one that's appropriate for your world. The video that I'll put the link in the description for this particular build also has a few other builds, so if this one doesn't suit your needs, I'm sure one of his other ones does. Now, I'm going to get working on actually putting the pieces together, and we may go back and forth with some other projects. I have been enjoying styling up the basement, giving it some character as well, so we'll see how the next few hours go. We'll work on getting some villagers down here and getting the killing chambers built, linking the whole thing up to central storage. I have to decide if I'm going to go through this wall and catch the hopper line on that side, or if I'm going to bring it that way and catch the hopper line on that side. But again, I'm getting into too much detail, so I'm going to get to work. We'll cut back in once we've got some progress, or possibly when it's finished, depending on how it goes. And then we'll talk about the projects we're going to be getting involved in for the rest of this episode, which I'm quite excited about. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. You guys ever hit yourself in the thumb with a hammer when you're working on a project? Yeah, I don't recommend that. I do, however, recommend building this iron farm. This thing is great. We got our 4 pods of villagers up here, and because of the way we've got the glass set up, they can only stand there. There's one of the golems going down to the death chamber. And you can see we've got basically 4-way symmetry of the villager pods, the spawning platform, and right below us is the pillager. And if we want to turn the farm off, all we got to do is do that. And now nobody can see him. Nobody's getting scared. It's off. Why you would ever want to do that, who knows? Now, we did run into an issue. I AFK'd last night and got no iron. So what I realized is we do have to be near the iron farm, which means I either screwed up my measurements on where my spawn chunks are, or they changed some of the mechanics about how iron golem farms works, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. So, I've been perched up here for a couple of hours this morning, and let's go upstairs and check out how much iron we've collected, because this is linked up to the central storage system. It runs down that line and links up with everything. The reason I've got pods all down in these little bays here is because I kind of woke up in the middle of the night after we had already finished the iron farm on stream and was feeling the building itch. So I blew off some random midnight steam by putting this little area together, starting to work on the floor and getting some more style in here. We definitely got to get this ceiling finished off. Might do that later today in stream, depending on whether I do a server or single player stream today. Waiting to hear back from a buddy of mine. And let's head on upstairs. Okay, guys. So this is what we're looking at from about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. Basically, when I got up this morning and went to make breakfast, I checked to see how much iron we got. And when I saw there was none, I positioned myself where I was when we came into this clip and left myself there while I ate breakfast and got myself ready for the day. That was probably a couple of hours ago now, and this is what we got. Almost a full double chest of iron. I'm very happy with that. We did get a bunch of iron yesterday while we were working in the area because we were close by and had it loaded in. So between the iron we had and the iron we got yesterday, we've got a nice chunk of iron slowly building up here, which is going to get converted to hoppers for the next project, which if you watched the last video, you know what it is. We're going to be working up above the storage room on getting the potion setup finalized. We're using one of Impulse SV's auto potion designs, and we're hooking one up to each of these 44, that's right, 44 barrels, so that we have the potion and the splash potion version of itself. Right now I just threw some fire resistance ones in here, so we've got the splash above and the regular one here. We're going to do that and label everything down the line. That map is just there for now because I don't know where to stick it. It's a treasure map. I don't want to throw it away. You know how it goes. We're up top here in the area we've designated for our potion area. And we've got these hoppers down. I don't know if I explained this in the last video, but each one of these lines is going to run to its own machine over here. Then we're going to come up a couple and we're going to stack another set of machines on this side. So each side of this platform is going to have 22. 11 in the back, 11 in the front. Same thing over there, 11 in the back, 11 in the front. We're going to have 44. So we do have to bring up the hoppers from down there. So they're going to come straight up and be basically right on top of all of these and the exact same pattern, but shorter so that they're on this side of the platform. Now, with this comes some extra work, because obviously we are in our storage area, which is one of our more complex builds. We've spent a lot of time getting this place working properly. Like this sorts out everything that we want to automatically go to the super smelter and sends it there and then brings it back into the system to be sorted as the finalized item. We are going to be doing something similar to this. Now, maybe not on the first iteration. Maybe the first iteration we will manually fill all of the potion stuff. But eventually, it's going to filter the potion ingredients out of everything we put in the main input and only send them into main storage if all of the machines are topped up here. This does mean that this input system needs to be moved up. I'm not really worried about it. It's not overly complicated. It's a bubble elevator with some hoppers going into some chests for an input buffer, which we might even increase. This is basically where everything comes in, goes into those chests if we've got a backlog, and then gets sorted through the system. Goes all the way around, down to this final line over here, where we have the overflow. Again, this is not what we're working on directly, but we do have to make some alterations to this section to be able to fit in all of these hoppers and to eventually get our long-term goal of fully automating everything. And there we have it. 44 auto potion brewers. Isn't it a great sight? It's everything I could have dreamed it would be. Other than the fact that these 22, this half, is not hooked up to the barrels yet. The reason for that is that before we move this piece up, our input system, I'd really like to get a sense of where the hopper lines are actually going to run to fill the system, so that when I move this up, I don't accidentally move it too little and then have to do it again. I'd rather not have to do it twice. So I'm going to do a little bit of work off camera on that. I'm going to set up a first couple of stations with some potions so that I have some idea of where our hopper lines need to run to in what order. I'll mimic that on all of them, tie the lines together, and then get back with you guys when this thing is a little more complete. I may also take a break from running lines and doing redstone and do some aesthetic work down in the basement or up on the surface, depending on how I feel over the next couple of days, because these hopper lines and all this work back here on this back end is definitely not getting done all today. Through the magic of video editing, you are experiencing time dilation. What has been mere moments for you guys has been a little over a week for me. I've been playing on and off, and all of my progress has been focused here on these hopper lines and getting everything with this system sorted out. The system, the self-contained unit that is all 44 of these modules, is done. And the overflow output is hooked up to the main system. And all of the hopper lines that can be run to the barrels are run to the barrels. There are a few over here that have to be completed once we make the adjustments to the input. The only adjustments that we need to make are to raise that up and set our pre-filters to go into these glass bottles, nether wart, and potion ingredients. The individual filters for each module will do the work after that, which we will set up as we get stuff, because we don't have all of the ingredients for every potion. And that leads me to the finishing project for this video. We are going to go build a witch farm. We need the ingredients to stock the system, and our old witch farm no longer works. We tore it down. I think I did it on a stream, but regardless, it no longer exists. It no longer produces witches or ingredients for us. And we're going to need a lot of glowstone and redstone and spider eyeballs and sugar and all of the things that the witch farm makes. And in addition to that, we're running a little bit low on redstone. We can't be without redstone, guys. Not without dust and blocks and all the things that make life so much better, because we can automate things. So, off to the time lapse. And there it is, in all its glory. This build didn't take too long to do. I say I worked on it for like maybe 3 or 4 hours, and to be honest, I was going slow. We're standing up here at the AFK platform. If I didn't mention this before, I don't think I did. This is also a Logical Geek Boy design. So that's 2 of his designs we've built in this video. So obviously we are definitely going to be hailing his praises in the comments section, and you guys should all go check out his channel. Phenomenal brain, like, just, he knows how to do everything, and he can do it to the umpteenth degree, or he can simplify it. And he put this simple design together, and it's great, and it works great. We did a little overnight session, and I haven't checked the spoils yet. So you guys want to come with me down there and check it out? I know you do. I know you do. Little F5 flying, which I'm not good at, but we've got a backup. Woo! And we're over water. All right, where did we go? How did I lose the thing? So, that's good to hear. That means the entity cramming is gone. You hear that loud noise? Anyhow, I will adjust that in post, obviously. But this should be what... Guys, it's not working. Well, that was one of those heart-dropping moments where you put in hours of work and feel completely defeated by the outcome. But as you guys can see here, the farm is working great. Look at how fast the witches are spawning and how many are killed each time it pushes them off with the water. I don't know why the farm wasn't working last night. My character's in exactly the same spot up on that AFK platform, and the only difference right now is that I have my second account looking at the farm in spectator mode, which should have no effect on the spawn rates or anything of that nature. I'm really not sure why this didn't work, and I'm curious what'll happen if I turn off my second account. So we will definitely be doing some play testing over the next few hours off camera and seeing what's up with this farm. If I have to log both my accounts in every time I want to run it, that would be inconvenient, but far from a deal breaker. So, you guys, I would say you're never going to believe what it is, but you will, because it's so Minecraft. As per the rules of the Minecraft gods, you will think it is something, you will check, you will recheck, you will do tests, and then you will figure out that you built something. The AFK platform, in this particular instance, 1 block off. That's right. It's 1 block too high. We put this scaffolding in and broke out the center block, so we kind of simulated if we dropped it down by standing in the hole. Works great. Not everything here is from the last AFK session. Probably about a third of this is, but that last AFK session was like 10 minutes, I think. And so that's pretty fantastic. So what I've got left to do is actually move the blocks down 1 block and get rid of the scaffolding so it looks neat again. And then AFK again overnight so that we can actually get some loot. Because you know I love loot. But before I do, I just want to take a moment to thank you guys, the viewers out there who have been watching and subscribing. Recently, my How to Build a Chandelier video has been getting a lot of views, and, well, a lot from me. And I really never expected to get any views on this channel. I was hoping maybe a couple of friends would check it out, and maybe we'd get into some shenanigans together in a server world or something, which has happened, and it's been quite fun. You should check out my buddy Blind Linus. Not only does he play Minecraft, but he does Apex Legends and League of Legends and all the legends. But back to the idea of community. You guys have been wonderful to me, and I've gotten some good feedback from people in comments, and overall, the response has been very, very good, and I'm very appreciative. If anybody else has any ideas, please put them in the comments or hit me up on Instagram. I'm also under Nethercloud. It's mostly just screenshots from this world, probably stuff you've seen in these videos, but possibly with shaders or from different angles. And I don't check it that often, but I do check the YouTube channel every day. So comment up, let me know what you guys think. And I'll call it on being sappy with that. And if you guys are digging it, I'm sure you'll like and subscribe because you have been, and I appreciate you for it. So we're going to end it out here. I'm going to let you guys rock out for a few seconds on some of my buddy's music. Bobby Mendibles from the Electric Delirium. If you guys haven't checked them out, they are also worth checking out. As always, the links to all of our tutorials from our build masters that we followed will be in the descriptions. I believe today is mostly Logical Geek Boy, but I'm going to go back over the footage and make sure there wasn't anything else that needs to be linked. It'll be there. I'm rambling. I always do. I don't know how to do outros. Tell me how to do an outro. Guys, tell me how to do an outro. Goodbye.